So reflective writing has an important part to deal with the personal developmental plan. And the personal developmental plan actually was first arrived within 1997. And it came as part of the Deering Report. And this was part of a progress file that included the developmental of formal transcripts and really detailed achievements of students. This was actually an opportunity for both students to look at their forward planning and their personal development. So when we look at this personal developmental plan, we also want to pay attention to how it can be used. And there really are no prescribed methodologies or structure for this. It's just going to be what's going to work best for you. However, the purpose is to demonstrate that people have the opportunity and experience to develop. It's going to be a personal process. It's going to be a learner-centered option or an individual-centered option so that people can really understand where they are going and to be able to evaluate their own needs. Think of it as a personal bridge over an informational gap. So when we look at this, we also want to look at how it can be used, and it can be used within careers. This is probably where we see it most, is a professional developmental plan. You're going to hear this often within careers. But when we look at a personal developmental plan, there may be many different links and opportunities for it. It may going to look at some work experience. Maybe a personal developmental plan is going to look at the emotional side. It's going to look at the relationship side. Maybe it's going to look at your financial side. You could also attack and look at really develop those key points within that professional developmental plan. However, the idea is for the learner or the individual to take ownership of it and to pay attention and see what they need in order to make this work for themselves. The biggest purpose of this is to really to plot a role of learning. You're going to be able to see where you go and where you want to be. So as you work with your personal developmental plan, start at the bottom and start with first, what is my goal? What do I want from this? So maybe your goal is you want to graduate from college and get a MBA. Perfect goal. Okay, so that's the goal. So where are you now is going to be your current state. You have your goal, and then what you want to do is to make a detailed list of what that goal looks like. Now, take a moment and write down what is going to be the information you need to be able to move from that current state to that future state or to that goal state. And that's where that personal developmental plan comes in. It's going to enumerate and look at all of those things that are going to address all of those pieces and the things that you need in order to reach the goal. So as we look at these professional and personal developmental plans, make sure that there are a few things here. You want to make sure that you actually write things down, right? So it's also going to be something that you're going to continuously use. Within my own personal developmental plan, I have all of the information we talked about previously at the beginning of the notebook. Then I work on all of these other pieces. So I'm going to keep writing down things that I'm learning and things that directly relate to this. You're going to maintain a journal, which is also going to help you to look at that reflective and informational piece. This also is a great point to bring in the portfolio. Your personal developmental plan journal, or that's going to be used as a learning journal, that piece is actually essential to that portfolio. It's going to help to demonstrate how you have learned. Also, it's going to really help you to become more discipline-based while it highlights those learning activities, because as you look at it, you're going to become more focused on where you want to be. And remember that these goals are going to be structured or unstructured, this learning journal. And it's up to you to figure out how you want to use your personal developmental plan in conjunction with a learning journal. Do you want it to be more structured or do you want it to be less structured? And then, of course, don't forget that last goal and purpose, which is that it's going to demonstrate how you've progressed and grown.